Well guys, happy Thanksgiving. Today is officially Thanksgiving. It is currently 1:21 and I'm going to start making my Thanksgiving meal. I'm going to spend it by myself today and I'm cooking in an absolute feast. I'm doing steak, lobster, broccoli casserole, sweet potato casserole, mashed potatoes, and probably green beans. Why? Because Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday. My birthday is tomorrow, so it's kind of like a birthday feast for me as well. Last year I did spend it in Colorado. I made the same exact meal, but in Colorado. I just got back from Colorado. Usually I do spend my birthday and Thanksgiving, but I decided this year to spend it the week before, just so that way I didn't have to find an Airbnb and I can just cook, you know, the meal at my kitchen at home. I am gonna be wearing a GoPro for today's video. I am gonna be showing you guys me preparing the meal. Just a cooking video. Yes, Captain is back, obviously. If you guys didn't know, I did forget my hard drive that had all my Colorado videos, plus my selling session videos, plus all my videos basically in Colorado. So I'm waiting for that to get mailed here. That's why I haven't uploaded in about 3 or 4 days. If you guys haven't seen, I did upload 2 videos. It did get age restricted from Colorado just because it had smoking content in it. But I have a lot more videos from Colorado to upload. I just haven't had my hard drive. So I'm waiting for that. But I figured, you know what, let me upload this video for Thanksgiving, cooking a Thanksgiving meal. I've actually been painting a lot, at least recently. I'm really gonna push my custom painted clothes this year. I actually did these hats. I'll show you guys. Did these trucker hats. They actually just dried. I got to make sure to keep them in shape. But we have a white one. We have a brown one, and then we have a black one. So I did those 3 hats, and then I also did some denim. These are actually, I just did, so these are still wet, but I have 2 pairs of 501s. So we have this light pair. We have this dark pair, which I need to finish the back. I actually ordered some more paint, but I did do the front of them. And then we have these painter ones, which are completely done as well, front and back. So I'm going to probably be selling these locally. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to do a website launch. My main thing, Art Basel's coming up in the next week, so what I want to do is I want to actually make a video with about 10-15 pieces on a rolling rack, go downtown to the Wynwood Art Basel place and see if I can sell them to just people walking by. If they don't sell, then I'll just make them on my website. But yeah, I've been doing that. So enough talking. This is a super long intro. Let's switch to the GoPro. Let's start cooking. Happy Thanksgiving, guys. Okay, first thing we're doing is sweet potatoes because these take an hour to cook. Then we'll do the broccoli while these are cooking. So we need this, we need butter. Butter. Butter, eggs. Vanilla. Sugar. These are for the broccoli. Marshmallows. Alright, this is everything for sweet potatoes. Last year in Colorado, I didn't have a blender, so we had to hand mix these. And they turned out alright, but obviously with a blender, it's going to be a lot better. And if anyone actually wants to, like, I mean, obviously you can find these recipes anywhere, but I'll just explain how I'm doing mine also. This is my grandma's recipe. So she said 1 40-ounce of sweet potatoes. So you guys can kind of just follow along with me. So we have 1 40-ounce. I'm just going to put it straight in the blender because, like I said, I am just going to mix it up. Alright, so we do 1 of that. Then we do 2 eggs. Let's push that so we can... This is a trash can. 1 egg, 2 eggs. All right, I think it's looking pretty good. I forgot to say you have to add a cup of milk also, so definitely need that. Let's see how it turned out. It's kind of like puree. Hope I made enough. It's gonna be kind of thin. Could have probably used a smaller pan. I'm gonna scrape all this out. So now that the sweet potatoes are ready, I just put the oven for 350. Once that's ready, we're gonna stick this in. It takes an hour to cook the sweet potatoes. It takes 30 minutes to cook the broccoli once the broccoli is made. So we're gonna start cooking the broccoli. The broccoli I do make a good amount just because broccoli is my favorite and it's my signature dish. Anyone that has tried my broccoli knows that it is fire. So I do 3 packets of chopped broccoli. It's pretty simple actually. You need 3 packets of chopped broccoli. You need 16 ounces of Velveeta cheese, and then just Ritz crackers. And butter also, a stick of butter. A stick and a half of butter, sorry. But we don't need this till later. We just need to unravel the broccoli, stick it in boiling water, cook this, and then once this cooked, I'll show you how to plate that. 350, 350, 350. We're gonna put the marshmallows at the end. You do not put the marshmallows yet, otherwise they will burn. Broccoli's finished. Strain it. One of the most important part is letting the broccoli drain all the water, because if it has any water or if it has a lot of water, then your broccoli will be runny and it will not be good. So we're just gonna let this kind of do its thing and drain the water. The oven is already done at 350, so we're gonna stick these sweet potatoes in. Just put them right in the center. We're gonna put a timer for 30 minutes. Now they do take an hour, but the reason is the broccoli takes 30 minutes to cook also. So we're gonna do $30 minutes, and just in case that timer fails, we're gonna do a 30-minute timer on here because we definitely don't want to mess it up. 30 minutes. Okay, cool. Now we're gonna get the cheese ready for the broccoli. What we do is we just take the Velveeta cheese and we're gonna cut it into little cubes. You guys don't want to see that. I'm not gonna do a time lapse, so I'll catch up to you guys once I cut the Velveeta cheese. So I just finished cutting up the cheese. Sitting in the fridge now. We have about 16 minutes left till we put the broccoli in. So I'm gonna do, Cat, watch out, dude. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the broccoli that's already been drained. Come over here, and we're just gonna stick it in the pan. Okay, we do it like that. We'll let that cool off a little bit. It doesn't need to cool off, but that way the cheese doesn't melt as soon as you put it on top, because you are going to put the cheese right on top. But that is ready to go. The steak, I did this marinade. I just did salt, pepper, little seasoning, and some garlic. The lobster I have not seasoned at all. I'm leaving this out so it can get room temp. Let's open up this lobster. I think the lobster I'll just cook in the oven. Usually I do pan fried, but since I'm cooking everything in the oven today, I think I'll just cook in the oven. It's just a little small one. I actually caught this locally in Florida by hand. If you haven't, I actually haven't posted any videos of me catching lobsters, but yeah, I caught this buddy by my hand, just a little guy. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna split the shell. pull that up. Don't pull it all the way out so that way it can rest on top of the shell and cook. Pull all this out. Probably going to take this red skin off so that way it'll be a little bit more tender. But there we go, we got our nice little lobster. Now I'm going to take the cheese. We're going to stick the cheese on top of the broccoli. Doesn't have to be fancy, just kind of clump it all over. So I totally forgot, you actually need a stick and a half of melted butter for the crackers, and that's because you don't want the crackers to burn. So I just crumbled up by hand. Now I'm melting a stick and a half of butter, and then we're going to mix it in with the crackers. Then we'll put the crackers on top. We have about 6 minutes, which will be a 30-minute mark. I am going to cook the steak. The steak's probably going to take about 20 minutes. Also, the lobster takes about 10 minutes. So I'm going to try to time everything perfect so I can eat, together. All right, 30 minutes is up. Now we got to put the broccoli in. Sweet potatoes is looking good. I think I'm going to put, I guess I'll put the broccoli on the bottom. Then we'll put another timer for 30 minutes. And then that will be done. I'm gonna reset the timer on here. Cool. Now let's get the steak ready. And the lobster. I think I'm gonna pan sear this just because it's so thick. Okay, so we have about 20 minutes. I just stuck the steak in there. I put the steak on the bottom and then the other one's on top. I'm currently de-skinning the lobster. I'm actually gonna cook this on the stove instead of in the oven. A lot of people don't like lobster because of the skin, the red part. It makes it really tough, really chewy, so I always like to take it off. And yeah, I'm just gonna take it off. It's easier to cook on the pan than it is in the oven anyway, so that's what I'm doing now. And yeah, about 20-30 minutes. Just rolled a nice joint, so I'm gonna be smoking that in a little bit, and then I'll be eating. Now the final touch, we gotta add the marshmallows. Of course, they go everywhere. Captain, relax, don't eat them all. You can have one or two, go ahead. He's such a good boy, he's not even attacking them. If this was Jackson, he would have ate all of them by now. You didn't realize Dad dropped anything, did you? I'll leave you one or two just in case. Alright, let's just get these marshmallows on. Alright, that looks good. Let's shove this back in. Let's start cooking the lobster. We have about 10 minutes left for that to go. And just like that, Thanksgiving dinner is served. For me, myself, and I. So we have the sweet potatoes, we have the broccoli, mashed potatoes, lobster, and a porterhouse steak. All for myself. I'm gonna get some lemonade to drink, and that shall do it.